Hey everybody. So here's one of the pauldrons patterns that will be going along with the that shoulder armor. Yeah, this shoulder armor. It's going to fit similar to this one right here, but it's going to be slightly different. The design and the pattern, and also I'll have an extra piece here that's going to wrap around the arm, just keep it in place. For mobility reasons, but it's going to go here. It's designed to fit again up here on the shoulder with the Chicago screw like I had in the other video. But yeah, this is it. I have it all cut out. It's going to be curved again. This is the piece by the neck, curved around with some curved pieces. It's going to be layered, so like this piece is going to stitch on top of this piece. Once these are together in the middle, they're going to stitch on top of these, and then these will stitch on top of this one, and then this piece actually gets riveted to this one. And then here is where I have cutouts for the straps that go around the arm and underneath and buckle under the arm. So, like I said, I have the pieces all cut out. I have the stitching holes punched and ready to start stitching. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to do this French seam. So French seam meaning, or a butt stitch, or I guess, I'm not sure exactly the proper term, but it gets stitched together like that, just without any overlapping. So you're not going to be putting them on top of each other like that. They're going to be side by side like that, almost like a. Well, you'll see. I'll show you when I get one of these done. But I'm gonna stitch down the middle here, stitch down the middle, combining these two pieces, and then I'll start. This one on top here, it's on top of here, this one on top of here, and then riveting these two together and getting the straps. So I'm going to start doing that. Once I get a couple of these done with the seam down the middle, I'll show you that before I start putting them together. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay, so I'm back here showing you the stitching. So this is what I was talking about when you butt the two pieces together, and then you stitch it like that. Okay, so here's the other side. So you just cross, and then you stitch, one on this side and one on this side, and then cross over and do the same thing. Okay, so that's what I was talking about. Next, like I mentioned, this is going to go on top of here. So I'm going to do these pieces first, and you'll see how. You notice how it was before. They're curved, and so this is going to be a curved piece on the shoulder. So yeah, I'm going to put these two pieces together first, and it's going to be similar to this, kind of how it has this curved shape. So I'm going to do these two pieces I just showed you, and then I'm going to work on the top and the bottom with the arm piece. Yeah, these two here. So yeah, so I'm going to get this one going, and I'll be back here in a little bit and show you how it's going. Okay, so here's it with the top piece that goes up against the neck in place. One thing I'll show you that I was going to show you earlier, when I cut out these pieces here, I actually used a quarter round, and that's why you'll see that they're slightly off here. So because I didn't actually follow the lines technically, I was trying to make this go quicker. That's why this is a little bit off. So I need to clean this up a little bit. I need to fix these lines on both sides before I use this. But that's something you'd probably notice. So yeah, I have this in place. Again, this is on top of this one. This is on top of this. And so this next piece, this piece right here is going to go underneath like that. Okay. And then of course, this one also goes underneath like that, but with the rivets. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this piece up here, and then get the rivets in place, and you get the straps also riveted. So I'm going to do that next, and before I get started on the pieces here, the piece here underneath that connects to the armor on the shoulder, I'll get to that next. Okay, be right back. Okay, so we got the last piece here sewn on, and again, if you've never used these little stitch keepers, they come in different sizes. This is like the long needle. There's a short needle in there. If you've never used these are great for aligning stitches. As you're like starting on one end, making your way to the other, you can put these in place along here so that you know that it's in place as you're stitching along. So yeah, highly recommend these if you don't have them yet. I got the bottom piece here riveted in, and I have the straps riveted in place. Again, these are 1-inch straps, and I skived them down a little bit just so that it wouldn't be too bulky here on the inside when you're wearing it. So you'll see here that I got these in place. One thing that I wanted to make note of, if you needed to put another slot here and just have one long strap that just continuously goes across, or even just have the two slots like this and just have one strap that goes all the way around, that might be easier than trying to, rivet this as it is. That way, if you don't have these rivets like this and you just run the strap, then you can adjust the strap where it lies under your arm. I put it towards this end, and you'll see on the mannequin, I didn't want to be in the middle, because if it's in the middle and it's under your arm, it might feel uncomfortable. So that's why I put it here. But if you wanted to have this adjustable, you could just not rivet this down and have one continuous strap. Then you could buckle it and then adjust it, adjust it where it goes under the arm, and so instead of here on this side, you could just shift it so it's on the back. That's up to you, but that's one way to customize it, customize the pattern if you needed to. Okay, so I need to do a little bit of cleanup. Like I said, you fix this little area here. I'm gonna go ahead and burnish the edges so that it just looks nice and neat. And do some of that minor cleanup before I get it on the mannequin and wear it. All right, be right back. Hey everybody, here's another one of the pauldrons that I'm making. This one's going to be a little bit bigger, a little bit more complex, but still very straightforward. This piece is going to be the larger piece. It's going to sit over and kind of wrap around the shoulder and over the top of these pieces. These are the ones that will sit on the shoulder itself and then go down the arm. And then here's the one that has the strap holes for putting the strap that goes around and then under the arm itself. Here, this will be the piece that either this one or this one. I'm still trying to figure that one out. Will be what attaches to the armor itself on the shoulder with the little piece and the Chicago screw that I've showed before. Yeah. So let's get this started. I'm going to start with this one right here. I'm going to start by stitching these first, which will bring it together and kind of start giving it that curved shape. And then here too, and you'll see how this one curves kind of out and then in. So that's going to also create this curved shape for the shoulder piece itself. And then same thing with this one. It has this nice gentle curve. So it's going to that. It's going to make it a curve shape. And then also the placement of the rivets, how you make the one on top spacing of the rivets slightly wider, so that when you wrap it around the curve, they line up correctly. Okay, and I can show you that here in a little bit, and how it places on the mannequin or on the shoulder. But I have the pieces already cut out and the holes punched. This is the same leather as the other pauldron that I did. It's from Springville Leather Company. I think it's called Folklore. It's an oil tan. It's 5 to 6 ounce medium temper. So it's not too stiff, but it has some nice pull up on that, which gives it some character, which I like really nice. So, like I said, I'm going to start with these here first, these pieces, and then sew this down with a French seam, just like the other pauldron I did. And then I'll start work on these, stitching here, and then I'll attach these 3 with some rivets, and then we'll take it from there. All right, be back in a second. Okay, so I have the upper piece of the pauldron done, and this is going to set on top of the shoulder and top of the shoulder armor. I'm going to have to open some rivet holes right around here, and the same thing on the back side right around here, just for placement purposes. And let me show you on the shoulder armor real quick. Hold on. So here's the shoulder armor. I got the other pieces on here. The shoulder armor doesn't come with any holes, so that's why this one's slightly different, in that once I put a hole in here, then I can place it on the shoulder and mark it on where that rivet needs to be. Rivet or some type of clasp, if you want to do something like a clasp here, or something like this. This is it's like call them like conchos or something like that. They're at Tandy, but it has a screw that you could open a hole here and then open a hole on the other larger pauldron piece, and put through. If you don't want to use rivets, you can use something like that. But here's the piece. These are gonna go. These are the smaller parts of the pauldron, where the larger piece comes over the top. And again, I use rivets here at the top of it, and I use that Chicago screw from the armor, the shoulder piece here, to put through and anchor it in place. And this one, I put the buckle on the back side, just to show you the differences. And I haven't put any holes. You can see I haven't put any holes in this one yet, because I'm going to be doing another pauldron here. This next one I'm going to be doing is a leaf. So before I put holes in this one, I'm going to do this leaf pauldron first, and then show you that, and then I can put a hole in here and some type of concho, wood, fill that hole if you want to. Use this for different styles. That could plug that hole if necessary. Okay, so I'm going to get busy on this upper piece and then the other leaf pauldron, and be right back. Okay, so here's the what I'm calling a leaf pauldron, because I have kind of this leaf shape with little cut-ins here, and then on the neck guard, additional little cut-ins. So it's kind of gives it a little bit more of a leaf appearance. Plus, I'm doing it on this really nice green, and I'm debating on whether I do some tooling on this. Give it some of the veins, leaf veins, to give it a little added touch. I might practice on some of these extra pieces here to see how that looks, or I might do some laser etching with some Celtic knots. That might look pretty cool too. But yeah, so I have the general shape with the leather here cut out. I'm going to go ahead and get these taped down. That's usually what I do. I'll tape these down to a different cutting board, and then start, punching out the holes here and there, and then cutting it out, and then I'll get to work on stitching these sides so it pulls it together and starts giving it that rounded shape on each of these pieces. And then I'll stitch these two together here along this line using the, I think it's called, I always get it wrong, but it's like a French seam or the butt stitch, where you just put them together and then you stitch, double stitch, and then you cross underneath. Similar to the one I did, the larger pieces I've done, or the other pauldrons I've done, are already that I would have shown you. And then once I get these done, I'll get this stitched along here. And these two holes are for the rivets that attach to that little piece of tongue that attaches to the Chicago screw on the shoulder armor that I've been showing you all along. So that's what those are there for. Again, if you're attaching it to your armor or to your cosplay in a different way, disregard those holes. Okay. All right. So I'm going to get to work on these, and I'll be back once I get these punched out and started to get some work on them. All right. Be back in a second. Okay. So I have all the pieces cut out, holes punched, and this is how it's turned out so far. So it's looking nice. I really like this leather. So I'm gonna go ahead and, I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put some of the tooling, it's like some of the veins along here before I start stitching, to give it that more of a leaf look. And I did some of the testing here just with the swivel knife to make sure that it looks good. So yeah, if you're not sure, use a scrap piece of leather, do a little bit of testing just to see how the tool that you're going to use gives you the effect that you're looking for. And I think I'm gonna do something similar here on this to give it just a little bit more of a leaf look. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to get back and stitch here and here, and then down the middle, and bring it all together, and then finally this piece along the top piece here. All right, I'll be back in here in a second and show you kind of what that looks like. Okay, so I have the this leaf pauldron. I'm calling it a leaf pauldron, but it's a different style. Done, and on the mannequin now, you can kind of see how I did some just some simple swivel knife work here, just to kind of give it more of a leaf feel, and then these notches here kind of add to that effect. Yeah, so it has here's a side look at it. I also have the again the little Chicago screw here with this tab to keep it attached to the area here. And here's how it looks from the back side. So I think it came up pretty well. I'm pretty pleased with it. Again, I need to get my son to model this for you guys so you can see all the different ones. The other pauldron that I have that's the other one that I have that's a little bit larger, I still need to finish that, the attachment, but I will show you that one next. So yeah, I think this one came out really well. I like it. Looks good on the with the armor there. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the larger pauldron done. I haven't cleaned up the edges yet, but I wanted to show you on how it lays on the mannequin. So what I did, instead of putting holes in the side and attaching it to the body, I wanted to show it kind of a different way. So using the same method with those tabs and the Chicago screws, I put 2 rivets here, and you'll see here, I attached it to attach it to, oh, maybe you can see it better, here we go. Attach to the Chicago screw there, I attach this main one to, and then just have a little little strap of leather keeping it in place up here on this little piece of the armor. That way it keeps it from going too far forward, too far back, while keeping the mobility, you know, the movability, I should say, in place. Again, you know, if you wanted to put some conchos or rivet this down here to the armor, that's up to you. Since I've been, you know, using multiple pauldrons here to show these examples, I didn't want to open any more holes here just for this pauldron. But you can see here it is on just a side view here, and let me move it around a little bit. Okay, here I moved it. Here's the back side. I still need to just trim off the strap here. I'll do that after I actually have my my son model it for me, so I can adjust it to his arm size. But yeah, so here's the back side of that. Yeah, looks nice. I think it looks good. And again, this is that Folklore oil tan from Springfield Leather Company. So, and I'm not getting commission off of that. Just I like their leather. Okay. Yeah, if you wanted to attach, again, this is super easy to customize. If you wanted to attach this piece here to this, like some others do, where they have, you know, the rivet up here and attach it to this piece, you know, again, that's up to you. Very similar to other pauldrons, but I wanted to keep it a little bit looser on the body. Okay, let's get this modeled and show you how it looks on somebody. All right, be back in a minute. Yeah, okay, so I couldn't help myself. I went ahead and put some of these contours on here just to show you what that would look like. I didn't want to leave you hanging. So yeah, so I punched a hole about 1 inch from this curve here. Punched a hole about, it's like a 13/64 inch hole for these conchos. And then I punched one through here for on the main armor. And I could just use this in that place if I take this off, right? But I wanted to show you how that looks. Yeah, it's extended out a little bit more. As far as this goes here, it extends out a little bit more. Giving it a little bit different look, but I still like it. Yeah, still looks good. Let me show you the back real quick, hold on. And here's the back side. Again, I need to finish these up, but yeah, I still like the look of it. Looks a little bit more aggressive, kind of with this peak hanging out here. But yeah, I like it. So that's how you'd attach this. Instead of using these with the strap at the top, you're just gonna attach this to the main body with these conchos or some other type of clasp. If I found some of these, they don't quite match. I don't like the silver. I prefer the antique brass. Maybe I'll go by Tandy and see if they have something along with, you know, this color, you know, to match the rest of the hardware. Silver doesn't quite match, but that's for another day. All right, cool. See you in a second. With have my son come over tomorrow to model these. Okay, see you in a little bit. Okay, everybody, here I have the larger pauldron on, and you'll notice I went ahead and changed out the conchos here with something a little bit more antique brass. I got it from Tandy. Yeah, fits pretty well. Show you the back side real quick. You turn. There we go. Yeah, so there it is on. I'm gonna, and the shoulder armor as well. I still have a few things I need to clean up and finalize, but yeah, it fits really well, and there's plenty of room for adjustments for different size people. What I'm gonna do now is go grab the other pauldrons, the leaf one and then their shape one, and show you how they fit on him as well. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, and here's the other version that has a little bit more of a rounded look to it. This is what I was talking about with the conchos. Since I put that hole in there for the other pauldron, just to cover that hole, you can put something there like that if you're wanting to use this with other designs. And so there's the strap on top connecting it, and here it is on the side, in the back. Yeah, it's looking nice. There's that concho right there again. The placement of that is going to really depend on how you want to wear that larger piece, but if you're wearing this one or the leaf version, you wouldn't have to worry about those holes. Okay, so there it is, looking good. Let me go ahead and swap this one out now with the leaf version so you can see how that one looks. Be right back. Okay, and here's the leaf pauldron with the swivel knife markings that I have on there, and the cuts, the indentations, to give it more of that little leaf look. But yeah, there's on the side, there's on the back side, looking good. So if you have any questions on these, let me know. Reach out to me on my Facebook, Etsy, Instagram, any of those if you have any questions or comments or ways to improve these things. And feel free to share yours, how yours turned out. I'd love to see everybody's versions on how they make theirs. All right, till next time, good luck and see you later.